Hi, I'm Ryan, and welcome to MTH Moods Part 2. And this is my new MTH Premier CSX AC4400CW diesel engine. This engine is is my first Premier engine. However, it's my first diesel engine. But it would be more fun if I had my first diesel engine in action, so I could lash it up to this locomotive. Now, I'm going to have a quick review of the features and details on this engine. I'm not really going through a whole lot of detail on this engine because my layout is not as prototypical as Eric Siegel's layout. So, but you can see. You can learn more about Premier line diesels by going to one of Eric Siegel's videos. Let's take a look at the box first. This is a Premier line box. It's got different color than a Rail King box. I'll explain this on our next video. I'll explain more about these on our next video. But I'm going to review the details. Referring to this box. Now let's take a look at the features and details on this engine. First, you can see the metal wheels and axles, but there's also the metal chassis. It's nicely detailed. And then you also got and they're metal. They're die-cast metal. The fuel tank. It's got a nice. Well, I don't think you would see it, but there's this nice fancy bell in there, and here, and the pilot is also metal, so it's nicely detailed too. Now, towards the rear of the engine, you got this nice fancy horn, and handrails. They're metal too. There's also the cab figures inside, 2 of them inside. And there's also an operating door, and then in the see-through grills there's a cooling fan, and the see-through grills are metal, and of course it's detailed plastic and detailed body. These couplers also operate. And on the rear, it operates too. Obviously when you get a Protoson 2 version of that, it will automatically, when you digitally control the couplers, it'll automatically open. But they're manual, so I would just have to do it myself. Even the paint scheme is also nicely detailed. It's also colorful. But what makes it more detailed, you can see these placards. Placards are like posters and signs you can see on this engine. And like Eric Siegel said, many of these are legible using a magnifying glass. And lastly, it runs on 042 curves. I constructed these, but I was a little afraid that the trucks may bind up. I was afraid that they might bind up. But it should be a recommended curve, which is 042. I constructed these a while ago. And as you know, they typically require a much larger radius curve. Now, I'll explain this on our next video because they typically require their larger radius curves because all Premier engines are built to scale. Now this engine is a 2007 model, and I got this this past summer as part of my 15th birthday. And so in conclusion, this is a really nice engine, and this is one of my favorite MTH engines. No, I got this. No, I got this at the train depot in Mount Airy, Maryland. Now, anyway, I think it looks really nice. Well, if you want to see an operation, I would lash it up with another diesel engine. Now, anyway, I'm Brian, and I'll see you next time.